Hey, my name is Gerald Rogers. I am an elite entrepreneurial coach and a business and personal breakthrough strategist. I've got a really important question for you. And the question is this: are you experiencing major transition in your life right now? Like, do you notice that whether it be in your relationships or maybe in your business or perhaps in your personal health or maybe all of them combined, that you're experiencing some drastic changes and shifts? My presumption is, at least in one of those areas, you're noticing things are changing and evolving. Maybe in ways that you're super excited about, and maybe ways that terrify you. And the reason why I make this huge assumption is just because over the last 3 months of my life, I've noticed like everything's been turned upside down, inside out, just lots of drastic changes. And in that space, I've been asking person after person after person about their own personal life, and I've noticed that almost universally, we're going through some crazy shifts and changes in this world. And so the next question I would have for you is, in the space of change and transition, how do you manage uncertainty? It's super easy for us when things are changing and evolving and things are happening in our life for us to get gripped by fear or anxiety or depression or doubt or just confusion. I don't know if you've experienced any of these things. But how do you manage uncertainty? My guess would be that you're still trying to figure that out and that you're still looking for it. So here's the key that I've discovered through my own personal journey, is that there is one thing that's more important than anything else. And that is clarity. Clarity is the key. Clarity is the gateway to power. When we have clarity, we can have confidence and excitement and enthusiasm. We can be filled with passion and be driven by our purpose. When we have clarity, we know the direction that we're headed and we know that we can get there. When we have clarity, there is this sense of enthusiasm that we have in our life. But without clarity, where are we? It's kind of like we're stuck in this thick fog. I just want you to imagine that you're stuck in this fog. You're not sure exactly which direction you should head or the things that you should do. And when you don't know what direction do you head, what does that do to your own personal confidence and enthusiasm and power? This is why depression sets in when we're stuck in uncertainty and why we're gripped by fear, not knowing what the future has in store for us. And so it becomes critical that we always come back to the space of clarity. So clarity in terms of what? I'm going to give you an invitation, and I'm going to invite you to get registered right now to join us for 2 outstanding and powerful days at an event that we're doing at the beginning of January called Clarity 2013. This event is your recipe for success for this upcoming year. If you're a little bit uncertain of what the goals are that you want to achieve or how you're going to get them done or how you're going to bring the team together to make it possible, you just don't even know what you want, then please come. Join us for these 2 days where we can help you have a space for building that clarity in your life. During this event, there are essentially 4 things that we need to answer. 4 questions that need to be resolved for you to be able to have clarity in terms of this direction for this upcoming year. The first question is very simple. Well, it's a simple question. Answering it's not so simple. But the question is answering for yourself, who am I? To be able to really get to the core essence of who you are, what your gifts, what your strengths are, what your desires are, what your passions are. Answering that question is foundational to be able to answer the rest. The second question is, what is my purpose? And our purpose seems to shift and evolve and change, and it seems like we have to constantly come back to answering this question. Okay, who am I? What is the mission? What is the purpose that I'm involved in my life? And then from there, once you know this purpose, once you know this direction, then you can answer the third question, which is, what do I want? What do you want to experience financially? What would abundance look like for you in your life? Where do you want your business to be by the end of the year? Where do you want to be in your relationships? Where do you want to be in terms of your health? What is it that you want from this experience called life? Knowing that you are a powerful creator, that you can create anything that you want. Unfortunately, up to now, looking at what you've created, there's been some things that have been amazing and some things that maybe over this last year that you've created that maybe you're thinking, how did I end up here? How did I create this in my life? And so being able to be a powerful creator and shift our goals and aligning ourselves with the principles and with the components of personal power required to achieve what we want, these are fundamental. And we've got to answer the question, what do I want? And then, last and finally, we need to answer, okay, I know what I want. How do I achieve that? There's a great study that Tony Robbins quotes in some of his work. He's been a huge mentor for me, and one of the things that he mentions in this idea of goal setting is back in 1953 at Yale University, they did a study of the graduating class. Of that graduating class, only 3% had clearly defined goals and a plan for their achievement. 3%. Now, I wanted to ask you, where would you fall in this spectrum? Are you part of the 90%, 97% that are just going along with life and dealing with whatever comes up, stuck in the current realities and being reactors to life? Or are you that top 3% that have clearly defined goals in these different aspects of your life and a plan for how you're going to make them happen? Well, what made the study interesting is they interviewed the class 20 years later, and what they found was the top 3% were more fulfilled, they were happier, they had better relationships. But more important than that, at a measurable level, the top 3% had earned more financially than the other 97% combined. Why? Because they had a clearly defined goal and a plan for their achievement. They had clarity, and in that clarity, they had the power to achieve those things. This is why I'm inviting and encouraging you to do whatever it takes to join us for these 2 days at the Clarity 2013 event. Because during these 2 days, I will walk you step by step through proven processes to help you gain clarity in terms of those 4 questions, to help you experience breakthroughs, to help you understand with clarity why it is that maybe this last year you didn't achieve everything that you wanted. So you can understand what are the blocks that you've been experiencing, what are the self-sabotaging patterns, what are the things that you missed out in your plan, so you can realign, refocus, and re-energize and make this year the best year yet. During this event, not only will I walk you through a very specific goal setting and goal achievement strategy so you can gain clarity in terms of what you want, I will also help you build a plan to know how to achieve that. And I will give you very specific productivity strategies that the top 5% of people, of producers in the world, use on a daily basis to manage their time, to manage their energy, to build teams, to leverage technology, and to do all the things that are required to be top producers. I'm going to be sharing with you also some very powerful personal experiences that I've had that will help you to know in your own life how to make sure that you're constantly staying in alignment, to make sure that you're always honoring the divine gifts that you have and you're allowing God to be a partner in your journey and path of creation. It's going to be a very special 2 days. Let's be honest, you need this as well as I do. I always create the things that I feel like I need the most, and what I know I need right now and what you need as well is just space where you can rise up out of the fog, climb to the top of the mountain, get a perspective of where you're headed, what's coming up, and then from that perspective be able to come back down to daily life with a clear direction and plan so that you can make some major and beautiful things happen. And so you can overcome the fear, the anxiety that happens from just being in a space of uncertainty. So my invitation is this: if you're ready to move beyond uncertainty to a space of clarity, if you're ready and you're committed to making this a phenomenal and beautiful year, of taking this blank canvas of this year that lays in front of you and really making a masterpiece of it, if you are committed to being the very best and really working towards achieving your potential, and if you're committed to leaving back behind some of the stories of what's happened in the past that have maybe caused you to not achieve what you want, if you're committed, then I invite you to join me for these 2 days. Get registered right now. Space is very limited, and it will be an unbelievable event. There's 100% no questions asked money back guarantee. I've done over 60 events for entrepreneurs across the country, working with literally thousands and thousands of people, and I've never once had anyone ask for a refund. Why? because we will over deliver, and what you pay is a fraction of what you gain. I'm so excited to have you there. Get registered right now. Bring a friend and make it happen. And I will see you there. And we will make sure that 2013 is by far the most powerful year that you've ever experienced, and the year where you experience the breakthroughs that you know are possible. Be there. I look forward to having you there. Get registered right now. Share the message. Let's make this a phenomenal event. And until I see you, remember, you have one life to live. Live big.